My Digidestined friends, this little demon has come back to hell and is ready to terrorize the BT14 format in the Digimon TCG. Today, I am bringing you one of my favorite decks of all time, Blue Hybrids. Daddy Bandai thought it was a good idea to bring this little man back to 4, and honestly, I could not be any happier. I have been a Blue Hybrid player since its release, and even after the restrictions of Tommy, I was still trying to find builds that would let me play the deck. Now, this deck is just so much fun to play with, and now with the addition of new cards, I think this deck has potential to be a top deck in this format. So let's talk about it. We have the beautiful babies, the Weeto Kiaramons, that have a really good inheritable effect for our deck. When we would trash a source from one of our opponent's Digimon, during our turn, we get to draw one once per turn. Now, you might be thinking, ugh, this guy is not running the new babies from BT14. But I'll explain it more in my text section as to why I'm not running that. But the gist of it is a new baby, but for hybrids. Okay, rookie time equals floodgate time. I got 4 Siakamons. They can't reduce the evolution cost, so training cards go bye-bye. Or any green deck for that matter, honestly. I've played a couple of green decks and they can't do anything if I have Siakamon on the board. Next one is Madoki Betamon. Can't gain memory except for Tamer effects. So bye-bye memory boosts, or Jack Raids, or Hammer Sparks, or any other card that allows you to gain memory that is not a Tamer effect. Now these little guys, usually want them sitting on the board, you know, just chilling. I'm so funny. You want them to survive as long as possible, or until they get popped. But that's why we run 4 of each. And last rookie in this lineup, it's the little free thinkers, little Pokemons. On play, reveal 5 and a 1 Digimon with hybrid in the streets, as well as a Tamer. But that's not the broken part. This is why this little cute bathed-in Digimon is so good. When one of my Tamers would Digivolve, I gain 2 memory, basically making that Digivolution free. And if I have multiple Pokemons, it stacks and I gain even more memory. God, I miss this deck. Anyways, champions, 4 Pokemons. I may Digivolve this card from my hand onto one of my Tamers, and with as if the Tamer was a level 3 Digimon. And when Digivolving, the effect is we just trash bottom source of an opponent's Digimon. The other bear that we rock in this deck is the Kakumons. At 4, we can also Digivolve onto one of our Tamers, but this dude can also go on top of a level 4 for the cost of 1. And then when Digivolving effect is when a card with hybrid in its trades or Tommy is in this Digimon sources, I can stun one of my opponent's Digimon until the end of their turn. So this deck, we are basically bullies with this deck, but not the cringe big level 6 boss Digimon bully that we can't do anything about it. This deck is more like the itch that you get in the middle of your back and you can't reach, and it's just annoying you for the rest of the day. But that's it for our champions. On to the ultimates. We have 4 of the Beowulfmon. This sweet guy Digivolves for a cost of 3. But if I have a Tamer in my sources, I reduce the cost by 2, making this a 1 cost Digivolution. Now this dude, when attacking, I can then return a level 4 from my sources to return a level 4 Digimon in my opponent's side. Or lower. So I can get rid of floodgates, I can get rid of level 4s. And the other 4, it's the new cards introduced in BT14 with the brand new mechanic of Ace. It is a hand trap that can be played during our opponent's turn. So with Pseudomon Ace, we can blast Digivolve when the opponent attacks either the security or us. We can go into this dude, and when Digivolving, we trash any 2 sources from my opponent's Digimon. Doesn't specify which sources, and it doesn't specify 1 Digimon, so I can target 2 Digimon and I can target any sources. Then I return 1 Digimon with no sources to their hand. This card is so good for blue hybrid, giving us the option to bait some plays from our opponent. The downside of not just this guy, but aces in general, is they have overflow, meaning that when the card were to move from the battle area to anywhere else in the field, we lose 3 memory. At least for Zudomon Ace, we lose 3 memory, potentially ending our turn or giving memory to the opponent. But that's just the risk I'm willing to take. And that's it for Digimon. Oh wait, no, I'm just kidding. I forgot about one dude. We do run a mega. Well, 4 of this mega. It's Mirage Galgomon. This beast of a card, literally, he is a beast. When Digivolving, we return a level 5 Digimon to my opponent's hands. If no card was returned, the top security card from their stack goes back to their hand. But wait, there's more. We have an all turns once per turn effect. When a card is added to my opponent's hand by an effect, we gain 1 memory for every 4 cards they have in their hand. Holy macaroni. So good, eh? We'll go over the combos and how we can get into Mirage in 1 turn without even losing memory, but we'll get to that in the later part of the video. Let's just move on to the Tamers. Now, the moment we've all been waiting for. 4 copies of the one and only Tommy Himi. If checked in security, we play this Tamer. On play, we trash the 3 sources from the bottom of an opponent's Digimon. Look at him. See, he also has an inheritable effect. When attacking, I can stun a Digimon with no sources until the end of my opponent's turn. I hope you're starting to see why this Tamer, more so this deck, got hit. With this little guy of 4, we're able to stun basically any and as many Digimon that the opponent controls. I'll show you how to do that in the combo section as well. So we have a Tamer that controls the board. What else do we need? Well, we run the memory setters. Davis, the GOAT. Remember, he's the GOAT. Best blue Tamer. Plays in every single deck. Every blue deck. Yes, we run 4 copies of those. On play, reveal 3. Add 1 blue Digimon. Perfect. But we can have more. We can have more memory. We run 4 copies of Sora and Joes. On play, doesn't do anything, unfortunately. But at the start of our turn, if an opponent Digimon has no sources, we gain 2 memory. And it also has an effect. When we attack, we tap Sora and Joe to strip 2 sources for an opponent's Digimon. The memory gain almost always happens because they either play a rookie or they have their big boss just sitting on the field. But with the amount of source strip that we have in this deck, it's just gonna be frozen. Any piece is just gonna be frozen with no sources, so we're gonna get in that memory. To finish off the deck, I'll run 4 of the new mental training cards. On play, I reveal the top 2 cards and I can add a blue card to the deck. Then it has a delay effect where the next time I were to Digivolve a blue Digimon, I can pop it to reduce the cost by 2. Now, new shiny cards, right? So a lot of people are going to be running the new training cards, and that's why we run the Floodgate. To finish off the deck, 3 Sorais. On play, for the cost of 4, strip 4 sources from the top of one of my opponent's Digimon. Then, for their turn, Digimon with no sources can't attack. That's it for the deck. I do have some extra cards that I want to show off before we move on to the combos. Some tech cards based on your local meta. So at the beginning of the video, we talked about the new babies and why I don't run them. I said I didn't like it in this build just because I'm just not evolving on top of my rookies, as well as I'm not swinging with them, so there's no need for the gemming part. But if we do run it, we run the Gomamon package, and that's a different story. With this line, I am trying to evolve my rookies, turn them into bigger stacks so against the gemming. So Bukamon, Gomamon, and Ikakumon are a very good viable option if you want to go that route. The Gomamon, at the start of my main phase, I trash any 1 devolution card from my opponent's Digimon, then this Digimon can't be blocked. It also has an inheritable effect. During my opponent's turn, if this Digimon were to be deleted, I can play a Gomamon for free from the sources. Now, Ikakumon, when Digivolving, trash any 2 Devolution cards from your opponent's Digimon. When attacking once per turn, until the end of your opponent's turn, one of your opponent's Digimon with fewer Digivolution cards in this Digimon can't attack. And an inheritable effect, it's basically the same effect, but as an inheritable, in case you want to go into, your Pseudomon Ace or Beowulfmon, and then go into Mirage. A couple of other cards that can fit the hybrid look more are the Searchers, the Strabimon Searchers. On play reveal 3 and add a hybrid and a Tamer. Worst version the Bukamon, just because the Bukamon reveals 5 and it also gains memory when we evolve. This is more so like if you were to play in the Ultimate Cups, but they are changing the rules. They're restricting previous sets and running with the newer sets, so you don't really run Strabimons. The other one was Lanamon. When Digivolving on top of a Tamer, if we place a rookie or like a level 3 Digimon from my hand onto the sources, it gains gemming. Yeah. Lastly, I have a Zulongmon. This Digimon gains security +1 for every Digimon with no sources on my opponent's field. And when Digivolving, I trash 1 source from every Digimon on my opponent's field, and I gain 1 memory for every Digimon with no sources on their field. Also making this a possible free evolution, basically. And that's it for the tech cards. So let's go over some combos real quick. So for combos and hands you want to keep, for hand keeps, I don't really think it matters if you go first or second. You would still like to keep the same cards. Some of those cards include having a Floodgate rookie, as well as a Free Thinker, and either a Davis or a Sorenjo. Honestly, having a Tamer in security is probably better, just because they get played for free in my opponent's turn and I can go off of that. And there's no Summon in Sickness, so I can start swinging once it goes back to my turn. For combos, you usually want a Pokemon on board, as well as some Tamers. So you evolve into Tommy, into Kumamon, then into Korikakumon, to Beowulfmon, attack, return either Korikaku or Pokemon to return an opponent's Digimon, and you can also tap Sorenjo to strip 2 sources. Another one would be Tommy into Korikaku to Beowulfmon and go into the boss Mirage Gagomon. The next one is similar to the last one, but this one we use the mental trainings. So once we get into Beowulf, we pop mental training, go into Mirage for 2, and then return a card. That adds a card by an effect. The second effect triggers a Mirage, gaining us a memory for every 4 cards in my opponent's deck, making this possibly a free evolution. Last one is just to have some bait when we pass turn. If we were to attack my Digimon or security, I could go into Pseudomon and hoping to bounce the attacking Digimon or another Digimon on the board. Yeah, this deck, I feel like it really has a potential to be a contender for the BT14 format, and there's more support coming in later sets to make this deck even stronger. But unfortunately, we don't have those cards, so we'll play with this deck instead. Anyways, that's it for the video. I appreciate you guys sticking this long into the video. I'm trying to make them not long but not short either, trying to give my thorough explanation on how the deck plays, and hopefully I start recording games so I can show you how the deck is played, or at least show how I play the deck. Every playstyle varies between player to player, so I want to give my thoughts on how I play Blue Hybrid. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching the video, and if you guys be kind enough to hit the like button as well as the subscribe button and the little bell to get notified when I upload a new video, I would greatly appreciate you doing that. Anyways, that's it for the video. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys later on the next video. Ta-ta! Mwah.